Lab number 27. In this lab, we will continue development of our CNN news application. And basically, we will start with focusing on images. As you remember, we have the issue with images because they are not displaying right now, and actually we need to change that. So first of all, let's inspect the RSS feed that we have. For example, this one with viewing the source for this page and inspecting how images are looking like. So basically we have two type of images. So we have something called content and we have something called thumbnail, and basically those are attributes, and the best option to work with them is actually change our styling within our filtered XSL file. So right here, as we were having the update as the last one, we will add also for styling the thumbnails, and let's call something like images, last one. So thumbnail, and we will also have images. Let's name it image. So the thumbnail is the attribute with the details, the image link under URL, and the same for content. So basically it will look like this. So the same XSL value of then we will do the thumbnail and the URL attribute. And basically the same for image, but in this case it will be content. So let's check it. We also have the namespace here, the media namespace, and we need to specify it, and this is the value of media namespace. So let's reuse this one, for example, age that we have here, and let's replace its content with what we needed and add a namespace here. So just like that, it should work. And now we need also to change the images right here. So instead of having something like cover, we will have here item thumbnail, and instead of having in details page again cover, we will use item image here. So let's check how it will look within our app after build and deploy. So it's not displaying. Let's check once again. Maybe I forgot something. So yeah, it looks okay. So what about the items that we are getting in response as invocation result? So actually we are not getting thumbnail and image, and the reason for that most probably, yeah, because we built and deployed on the application and not the adapter. So we need to go app and do build and deploy for everything to include the adapter. Okay, let's see if it's worked. Yeah, and we are now seeing images. And actually we are not seeing image in details, so this should be fixed. And the reason for that is instead of item, we should use current item, of course. Let's do build and deploy once again and see if it's worked. Yeah, so now it is working. And basically the next thing that we will need to do, we will need to add some styles. So first of all, we will start with our images. So let's check the image that we have here. I mean, let's check the URL and inspect what are the image sizes that's open by default. And actually the image is quite small. So height is 51 pixels and width is 90. And basically this is what we should use because we won't have bigger images. I believe this is the standard ones. So let's create some kind of CSS class. Let's call it thumb and put those things inside. And assign our image class here. So just like this. Okay, it looks like nothing has been changed, so let's see. The class is there, but it's all written with lists parameters, so I believe we should make this important. Let's test. Okay, so those are image sizes as we see. But it looks like it's limited to 80 pixels for the width, and we need to change that. So max width should be changed to 90. So let's add it to our styles within our CSS file. And let's change max width to 90. Just like this. So this should work. Okay, those are looking normal now. So next thing we will need to do, we will actually need to change the list stylings. So as you can see, the elements here are a bit large. So we will need to change the line size for this, and basically we should limit height to something like 80. And I believe we should also specify the min height to 0 in order not to check the real size that we need. So just like this. So as you can see, it's now limiting our list, and we see our title, description, and publication date in the middle. And the only thing is that image needs to be a bit moved down. So I believe it should be something like margin from the top for 5 pixels. No, it's like too much, 4 pixels. So let's check. Yep, it looks okay. So this is how we will leave it. So actually what we changed the list stylings, and we done it for the whole list item, and we limited the line height. We specified the min height to 0 and heights to 80, and just here. And actually we also changed the margin top for our thumbnail and specify the 4 pixels here. So let's copy this part and create some new class. Let's call it something like list styling, and specifying the same things here. And we also need to do margin top 4 pixels here. So just like that, this list styling we will assign to our list item and the main. So it will be list styling here. So let's build and deploy and see what will be the result. Okay, basically with those small changes, we are now seeing our news as expected. They're pretty much fancy, let's say, like this. And we also need to change this details page. So first of all, I think we should start with some kind of padding for everything. So like padding 10 pixels or something. Yeah, 10 should be enough. So then the next thing is actually we need to do something with our image. And I believe the best option for the image will be if we will do something like making it for full size for the whole the whole screen, I mean this. And it looks like they do not have the real good quality images in those RSS feeds, but this is not our issue, I believe. But let's check other news if we have the same issue with images everywhere. Yeah, it looks like images are small everywhere, unfortunately. But maybe they will change it later on. Yeah, so let's just keep it the same big as we planned initially. Just like this, of course, with padding. We also need to make a bit more spaces after the image, so let's do some kind of padding from the bottom. 10 pixels should be enough. And finally, we should do something with our title because it looks like too large. So we used here H2, so let's change it to H4, for example, and see what will happen. Yeah, H4 seems to be just as needed, so it is more or less enough. So this is how our article will look like, and basically we will need to do the same in our CSS file to make it global. So let's go back to our CSS. Let's create some kind of class called, for example, general padding, and do the padding for 10 pixels here. Then we will need to modify our image, so let's name it details image and assign the values like with 100%, then padding bottom 10 pixels. So those things that we were adding, and basically we now need to save this file and change the same in details page. So just here we'll add image class called detailed image, and of course we'll create some kind of padding here with adding new div. So just like this. Yep, so this should do the same as we did in Chrome, so let's check how it will look like after our build and deploy command. Okay, so details, it's looking bad actually. Let's check what's wrong. Detailed image class, it looks like it's not found, and the article title is still big, so I forgot to change that. So H4 here, and detailed image, yeah, Let's change the class from details to detailed because it was typing mistake. So let's do build and deploy once again. Okay, excellent. So basically we achieved what we were trying to achieve, and our app is almost ready. We just need to clarify that everything working the same on Android, create the splash screen icon and things like that, and test our app on a Android emulator, but we will do it in the next lab, and this lab on this step is finished. Thank you.